But earlier today I spoke to Andrew Allison. He's from the Better Off Out campaign and asked him if leaving the EU would be disastrous for farmers.
Not at all. Every study shows that there probably will not be all that much effect for farmers if they leave the EU. And also the UK is a net contributor into the common agricultural policy in the sense that we pay much more in than we take out. So no, that's not going to be the case.
But they're not all saying that. They reckon only 10% of farmers would survive due to the loss of subsidies. You'd be happy with that, would you, to lose all those farmers?
Well, of course I would be happy to lose all those farmers, but that's not going to happen. We pay so much into the European Union that we'd have more to spend on subsidies if that's what the government wanted to do.
The EU payment is the difference for the farmer between profit and loss.
But we would have more money through not paying our contributions into the EU and into the common agricultural policy, and therefore we could help farmers more.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. Farmers in this country last year received £2.3 billion in subsidies from the EU. Should that money in the future, or will that money in the future, come from the government to the farmers?
Well, you say it came from the EU, but of course it came from British taxpayers into the EU, and we pay vastly more into
it came from the EU. Should the government pay that money?
It hasn't come from me. It's come from the British taxpayers. It's been paid to the EU, and of course the government can then decide how to pay those subsidies. Now, I'm sure the National Farmers Union will find it much easier to lobby civil servants and ministers in Whitehall than it is to lobby bureaucrats in Brussels.
But do you think that the government should pay that same amount of money from the government to the farmers if we left the EU?
That's completely up to the government. I'm sure the government will do a deal with the national...
Do you think that's the right thing to do?
I am not responsible for making decisions in Whitehall. If those subsidies are needed, then of course they should be paid. But the fact is that we pay more into the EU than we take out, and therefore there will be more money available to pay for farmers, to pay for farming subsidies if necessary, and also for lots of other things.
Would you do away with farmers being subsidised?
This has been done in New Zealand before, and it's worked rather successfully. But again, this is something for the British government and for farmers to decide themselves.
Mr. Allison, good to see you tonight. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.